Did I unmute it? Okay. Hello, and welcome to chapter 200 of our streaming adventure. 200. Cheers. I really didn't plan this at all. I mean, as evidenced by the fact that it kind of is just now dawning on me that it was really 200. Well, I sat down, I edit the type line to be the new number, and I'm like, 200? Oh, that's good. Should I have planned something? Yeah, probably. Was I really even going to stream today? Yeah, maybe not. So, thanks for joining me today. The plan was, so normally my Thursdays are meant to be testing for the weekend. And as of right now, not even sure if I was going to play an event on the weekend. But looking like if I'm going to do stuff, I have to work a little bit, like actual work, on Saturday a little bit, followed by probably some yard work. So Sunday would be my only day to even have an option. And then so Sunday, the Legacy event's at 11 a.m. That should be feasible. Now, as for looking for decks to play in Legacy, I've kind of bounced around a little bit. I did well with the Blue Karn deck, but was frustrated in the inherent variance. Surprise, it's Magic, but the all or nothing aspect of it that I didn't necessarily like. And so my thought was, okay, let's move towards another deck that, quote, gives me more agency. And that's why we played the Blue-White Stoneblade for a while. But as fair as that was, it felt a little lacking at times. Like, it definitely has powerful cards, but it felt like you were almost going into some matchups behind, if that makes sense. So, this style of deck, so sneak and show, show and tell, what do we want to say? The A plus B combo decks of the world. I think Food Chain could potentially fit under this as well. And maybe that's something for me to try, where I can still have the brainstorms and ponder, the cantrips that feel like they're smoothing my draws, feel like they're helping me work towards a goal, as well as, so like here is a way that kind of we're going along till we kind of have a knockout punch. That's what I'm referring to, not the Food Chain is A plus B. I like the idea of Food Chain being I can play cantrips, I can play value creatures that'll draw me a card or dig or whatever, and I want to be able to play, at least have choices to make as I'm doing that. And then, okay, things are set up, shields up, just completely knock out the opponent in one go. I don't want it to have to be the incremental advantage. I don't want to use a Stoneforge to put a 4/4 in play and have to connect 5 times, hopefully, to close the game. I want to be, all right, this is the thing I'm doing, and you're dead. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can set up, but once I'm going to kill you, then I just kill you. So, and then it wouldn't be a J Pinter stream if I didn't take a deck that we did well with and find a way to screw things up. So based on the one we played last time, the difference between what I played 2 days ago and went 4-1 and then today, I noticed that there were times that we needed that payoff post Omniscience. And I do wonder if a Seagate Restoration could potentially be worthwhile. So I trimmed one of the impulses, which I noticed got cut in the sideboarding guides. I traded an impulse for a Seagate Restoration. And then the other thing I did is trim a Prismatic Vista, which felt like it ran out of targets very fast. I mean, not really. The Flooded Strand and the Prismatic Vista between them was 8 fetches with 5 findables. I understand the cantrip math of that, but it felt off to me. I trimmed 1 Vista to add a Tundra. Now, do I necessarily need another white source, etc., etc.? No. But it makes me feel better about myself. So then the only other thing really to consider here is, do I want to actually play this? Because having talked about it, I think this is a very powerful deck. I think this is a very good deck. I'm just wondering if... See, this is what happens when I get into my own head. And maybe that's what's going to be special about Chapter 200, is that I just sit here and ramble more. I already ramble a lot, but maybe ramble more than normal. So I say I want to play something powerful. I say I want to play something broken. And then I take that, and like the title says, I make decks worse. I find a way to, okay, well, I want it to be super powerful and all or nothing. But I don't want it to be all or nothing. I want to have some sort of safety net. I want to have some sort of fallback plan. And it's like, instead of the high highs and the low lows, it's like, I try to round off the mountain more. I'm just saying, would I rather play a Lurin than play this? I like the idea of a Lurin. To be fair, I really like the idea of Carpet of Flowers. Now, that was one, when we played against it, Carpet of Flowers felt like... Well, now, I guess I'm not playing the taxing counter spells that others might. So, it certainly felt like, oh no, I can't afford to let that come online, but... I don't know. Tournament practice. I don't want tournament practice on a league. Are we on the right deck? We are on the right deck. All right. Round number 1. Omnitel over Sneak and Show. Omnitel wins now, and there's nothing you can do about it. Fair enough. I am going to go grab the sideboarding guide, etc., just so we have it on deck. Shout out to Nathan. Shout out to Mana Traders, sponsor the stream. Shout out to the Anonymous Armadillo and the Anonymous Python that are also browsing this file. Alright, we have found an opponent. Won the die roll. Nope, mulligan. See? Look, now I got 2 lands. Otherwise, this would be So keep this. Pitch Force Will. They mulligan to 6. Do I want 2 ponders? Do I want 1 ponder and the protection that Force of Will provides? I think what I'm going to do is keep and ship this to Fairy. Because I think I would rather have the ponder and then keep the Force of Will as our backup get out of jail card. Alright, we got an Impulse, we got a Lotus Petal. So we could purposely draw a land here. Or I should say, know that we have a land next turn. I'm going to go... Technically, I could have taken the Impulse to have a card to pitch to Force of Will. Ninjas. So now here, we've already played our land. I don't think these are the things that get us there. Something tells me they're going to flip. I was kind of digging for... That's kind of weird, right? Hey, Matt. Thanks for stopping by. I'm getting beat up by commander cards. Well, it's pretty good. So we know we have a Changeling Outcast in hand. I mean, at worst case, we just jam. If they can beat it, then they beat it. They probably can't deal with it once it's in play. Force from them. I'm going to get beaten down by like double ninja. And it's going to serve me right. They're going to get double triggers off this. They're going to get all of this discard in their hand. You got me. Ponder. Ornithopter. Now, to be fair, sometimes your opponent only has Ornithopters in their deck. And it makes their deck pretty bad. They haven't played a land yet this turn. What does it say about ninjas? Isn't ninjas on this list? Ninjas is a pretty even matchup. Tribal mid-range, trying to beat you down. Cool. Nice card. Nope, only one Tundra in the deck. We fooled them. We played it. So they'll go for something, and we'll force a will it. Just like we drew it up. No blocks. I would love to, but I am not allowed to counter that spell. So instead, they're gonna like draw 7. This is bad. Daze, a well-known powerful play against Omniscience. I like that. Okay, we only took 4. Really, what I need to set up is I just need to draw the good thing off the top, and then I have Force of Will to protect it. Ponder away. They shuffled off the Ponder. More Ornithopter. Oh, no, same Ornithopter. My bad. My bad. Retrofitter Foundry. I'll allow it. Like, we're already dead to what's in play, so. Solid. Alright. Looking for Swords, Lavinia, Flusterstorm, Ormschant. Swords, Lavinia, Flusterstorm, and Ormschant. And they take out the Impulse and the Preordains. Yeah, but sometimes it happens, and then it's just like we have a lot of cantrips off the top that could have gotten into something. Trim a Cunning Wish. And then the other card they cut here was the Impulse, so they want both of our. We should expect Force of Negation, Thoughtseize, Flusterstorms, and Surgical Extractions from them. Okay. I guess what was funny is I was digging for Swords to Plowshares that was not in the main deck. That makes it harder to draw them. I'm just going to tell you the truth. All right, I don't feel like this is that bad. The question is, do I hide behind Brainstorm depending on if they are playing discards? So I think I'm going to keep it. And then the intent here is that we are brainstorming around a discard spell, potentially setting up our hand. This tells me to the what do you call it? The sideboarding guide tells me to expect it. So I don't know. I feel like they literally just updated this. So. So I know the top one is a prismatic vista. Brainstorm for them. So the real question would be, I don't think I swords the Ornithopter. I wait for them to spend the mana to get the card, and then I swords that. Like, I might be wrong about that, but I'm just saying I feel like it makes more sense to actually deal with the threat. Here it comes. Force from them. I feel like that's okay because I am just trying to, like, I don't want to, I want to use my force of will proactively, if that makes sense. So they have 4 cards in hand. We basically got rid of another brainstorm from them. I think I'm okay with this, and then use ponder to dig to the things I need. That is how I am viewing this approach. Swamp. You got a swamp. Play an Ornithopter. So your 4 card hand is Swamp and Friends. Plus we knew what was on top. So my thoughts are either I keep just to fairy. Yeah, I think the only card I actually want out of this is to fairy. But then now I can clear what I have there. The question is whether I want to deploy. Yeah, I think I do. They could just daze this. So that's true. It's like, oh, do I want to fight for it? And then it's like, well, what if I drew... What if I draw show and tell off the top? I'm going to feel bad for having gone for it. And that's like, oh, what am I going to pitch? My Cunning Wish there? That feels wrong. They chose not to deploy... Okay, so I'm assuming they don't have another ninja. You Eureka'd me. Paying costs. Okay. Retrofitter Foundry, which means I'm losing turns, but I think I still want to be proactive. You have 4 cards, including Swamp and Eureka. Force a negation, huh? Alright, what do I draw? They're going to attack for 5, putting me at 8. I basically have to draw off the top. See, now I'll draw it. Because I no longer have the Omniscience in my hand. And now they have a Force of Will to go with it. Cool. Cool. Alright. That could have gone better. Oh, down 1. But this is part of playing the decks through various... I gotta get used to the deck. Alright. What were they? They were on ninjas. What is ninjas considered? Tempo? Ninjas is in fact tempo. Yeah. What do you mean, Matt, by limiting the clock? I mean, really, I can't afford to counter ornithopters, and ornithopters turn into things, so in general, I think I want to be, like I was saying, proactive with the force needs to protect the win instead of trying not to lose. Because each time we were like only one step away. All right, what do we got here? We got Brainstorm and we got Ponder. We have solved the equation, Show and Tell. So this is only 1 land, but I feel close. Like, we could get Dazed and stuff, but it feels like this is close. Because if we find the right things, then we're fine. If. Land off the top would be amazing. They did not shuffle. So, for reference, I think I want the Brainstorm. I want the Brainstorm followed by the Ancient Tomb. And then from there, we can start trying to sculpt. Hello, Aaron. Hope you are having a good day. So, okay. It is cold in the basement, and I was wearing a sweatshirt. And JP's wife said, I hope you're not wearing that sweatshirt on stream. And I'm like, why not? And she's like, just don't. So I took the sweatshirt off and put it over there. And I'm a little bit cold because of it. But JP's wife is the executive producer of the stream, so we listen to what she says. Well, I hope I don't poke anybody's eye out. This is not that kind of stream. I do have a blanket, but it's over there too. I think we just keep playing lands. Keep playing lands till they make us do something. Like, if this is Delver, they are the slowest freaking Delver deck in the world. And they chose to not shuffle off their Ponder, so what is even going on? See? I'm just going to keep playing lands. I have no need to go for it yet. I have a space heater. That's how I thawed the pipe in the corner. Really? That's interesting. See, this seems like I can start Venser and stuff. That seems awesome. She loves Chinese. Aaron, she will totally do that. So I played the blue-white Omniscience deck on Tuesday because I keep complaining to myself about wanting to do something powerful, but also wanting to have some control over what I draw. So, like, I want the brainstorms, I want the ponders and stuff like that, giving myself some sort of control, but also being very powerful. So, all right, we made them blink. They're fetching. So far, I feel like it's interesting. I got into a lot of situations on Tuesday that it was fun to see how to get myself out of it. Preordain from them. They topped off that preordain. Well. See, I wonder, do I need to? I could cunning wish for. I could cunning wish for Orem's Chant. Just as a thing to be like, hey, let's fight over this. Duress? First of all, how dare you? Well, this feels like a time to brainstorm. Well, shit. So here's the thing, though. If I hide these cards, if I hide show and tell, and then they I guess it could force a will it. I think what I want to do, I think the one thing I'm going to do is hide, show, and tell. So I was like, oh, do I put both parts of the combo down? No, I think... So I'm going to put show and tell back, but I want to draw that one. So it's what am I going to put under the show and tell? What do you guys say? Wish and show and tell. Hide, show, and tell. Yeah, I'm going to put wish, and then I'm going to put show and tell on top of it. This lets them know what's coming. They could just take the force of will and then, I don't know, freaking Cabal therapy me, and then I'm wrecked. You think this is Storm off an underground? See, I guess Duress. Duress makes sense. Not too many people play Duress. Sorry. Yeah, I think that's legit. They're deciding now. I think it's on them, right? Yeah, okay. So I did what I could to hide the show and tell. The question for them will be, if say they have a second... Uh-oh. Force of will has been removed. Let's just see if I'm dead. Well, Thoughtseize, that resolves. Do you have double Thoughtseize to take both Omnisciences? Because if so, you are kind of a skunk. They took the brainstorm. Here comes Cabal therapy. After all this. Wait, build up 7 discard spells, and then now kill me. I guess I could always Venser, right? If everything else is going wrong, we could always Venser something. They only have 3 cards left. Thoughtseize again. 2 mana. Don't do it, Jeremy. Stay strong. Hold the Omniscience. Kill him next turn. Four mana. Tendrils. Well, I'll disagree with you and say that they finally got there off 12 cards. That was something. Yeah. Cool. So, all right. Is that Epic Storm or ad nauseum? Okay. Well, great. Good. The good thing is the ad nauseum is only hard. Spell-based combo using Past in Flames. Bring in Lavinia, Chant, and Flusterstorms. Take out Teferi's Venser and an Impulse. Okay. That's all. That sounds easy. 2 Lavinias. I guess Aurum Chant. We could have Cunning Wished for an Aurum's Chant and then just put on the brakes. Oh, sigh. If only. Fencer and an Impulse. Meh. Expect Veil of Summers, protecting themselves from their forces. Expect Flusterstorms, perhaps Chain of Vapor. Womp womp. Those are opponents. To be entirely fair, our opponent's name here is Giorgio Combo. So it's really my own fault for not realizing what was happening to me, right? Like, how dare I not understand that Giorgio Combo was here to combo? That's on me. And taking all of the time imaginable. Maybe they are on a slow connection. Maybe their house is going through a tunnel. Maybe the cat is like batting at the cord and it's kind of like half unplugged. Maybe we mulligan this hand. It's a good thing they don't play Thoughtseize or other stuff. All right, I guess we're keeping 5. And we're going to keep these ones. I know, I'm just saying they're slow as hell. I will keep. I have to put 2 cards back. I think I'm going to put these 2 back and start Island Preordain. They kept 6. Do. All right. A new Flooded Strand and a Preordain. I will say yes. Top, go. Hey, am I dead? Or are they going to ponderously build up to something bigger? That's still possible. Yes, none of the above. So solve the equation. Solve. Whatever. We already have the show and tell, so solve is just the after effect, but I think we can wait on that. I'm going to put that down too. Yikes. Well, we're doing what we're doing. Brainstorm for them. Do 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 do. Ant tends to utilize hand disruption in order to clear the way for their combo. Makes sense. I guess, yeah, they're not going to have counterspells type stuff. All right. So my question is, I could just set this up and play Omniscience. Or is Lavinia, do I just get Lavinia here? Does giving them an extra land hurt myself in any way? Is Lavinia going to be enough? Because if I just jam Omniscience here, as opposed to making them I did not consider Flusterstorm. Like, I know we had talked about it, but I literally just was not thinking about it there. So, had I put out Lavinia, I don't know if it truly matters. I think at least hiding Lavinia on top is somewhat good for me, but so no, we're drawing Lavinia, and then we'll have cleared the force behind it. Yeah. That would be the difference between just trying to jam into it, knowing they had a mana available. But if I deploy that Lavinia, then I don't know what's coming behind it, and then I just have this show and tell. But hey, at least I have the show and tell, which is the harder piece to get. Because we could always just play show and tell and drop an Emrakul and play. That still counts. That still works. See, that's why you play these matches. These matches are called learning. And can I say that I'll never run into a Flusterstorm again? No, because I will. That's what happens. But then I'll just claim it's a learning experience. See? Brilliant. Goodbye, Omniscience. Haha, fooled you. I didn't have a follow-up. Basic planes here. And Our Lady Peace. Hi, bud. Oh, dude, your breath is bad. Now, the trick would be... No, okay, I was going to say, can I play Lavinia without exposing ourselves to Massacre? But I need a white source to play Lavinia. Oh, no, I could do it with a Lotus Petal. What do you think, buddy? Lotus Petal? You don't even know what that is. Is it just you, no Lily? Cool. So I brought in all the good cards. Counter target 1, 2, 3. We'll have 6 mana. Counter target activated or triggered ability. Return a non-land permanent to hand. Create a token. Bottom. Ooh, look at that. Hard cast force. I like it. I'll allow it. I would say they needed that 3rd mana for something. I don't know. I'm just saying. These are cards that exist in Magic. I'm trying to think of what are some things I could possibly run into. So either we let that happen. I don't know. Were they hoping I countered it? Oh! I did not consider that. Bravo, opponent. I did not consider that functionality of Veil of Summer turning off Lavinia. Very nice. Very nice. Well, I can't counter anything. I let myself fall for that. Good to know. I should have countered the Veil of Summer. I thought they were doing it to goad me into playing something. But because of it, that lets them play out their Lion's Eye, and if they have a Past in Flames here, something like that. So funny enough, if I would have countered the Veil of Summer, they might not have anywhere to go with this because they could never get these 0 mana. They could get them into play, but they wouldn't necessarily do anything. It's also kind of funny that the Infernal Tutor had to get another land so that they would have 4 lands so that they're even allowed to cast this Tendrils. I find that part of it interesting. So the other card in their hand was a Flusterstorm, which they would have been able to fluster, and I wouldn't have been able to pay it because I decided to keep Lotus Petal in hand. No, I think this is a case of them knowing how to navigate their... No, because Lavinia says if opponent casts a spell with no mana, counter it. And so what they're doing is saying, well, you can't counter with spells or abilities. Spells you control can't be countered this turn. So them playing those things, and it says, nope, I can't be countered. And then that'll give them Storm number 7. Right? 7. They need 1 more to go through it. Yep, and then we die to the Tendrils here. Yep. Correct. But the fact that they were running it out on its own, it felt like it was a test spell, but apparently it was what was required because I was not thinking about... I know Lavinia's holding them back, but the fact that was going to turn off, instead of Lavinia holding the fort, Lavinia shields went off, and then now this Force of Will in my hand is even more worthless. So yeah, that is one where I was set up and then just could have fought that fight, but did not. Because I didn't understand. I didn't understand the fight my opponent was trying to pick with me, if that makes sense. I thought we were battling over here, and then it turns out we were battling something else entirely. And Lily has joined the stream. Hi, Lily. You want to get on camera? Actually, I don't know if you're on camera or not. All right. Match number 3. Also, we were on the play like almost every time, and now we're on these draws? This is nonsense. How can I be on the draw? The 0-2 matchup. My 0-2 versus their 0-2. Keep. Once upon a time, my opponent decided to play Hogak. Elves. Who else plays this? Savannah. Well, hello there. Once upon a time, I found a Savannah, and I played a Bird of Paradise. Force of Will and a Lotus Petal. I don't know if I need the Force of Will protection here, so I think I want to go more... I don't necessarily hate the acceleration from the Lotus Petal, but I think what I'm looking for right now with these cantrips or whatever, I'm looking for the show and tell, and I'm looking for the payoff. So I'm going to say no, no. All right, we found the payoff. Land, food chain, bird of paradise, into the snake, into Imperial Recruiter, I think. Dryad Arbor, sure. That's what I meant. Just don't play Thalia, bro. Question here is, do I might brainstorm for an overall deeper... All right, so now I have show and tell. I just have to get there. So next turn, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Yep. What do you got? You play this Windswept Heath, perhaps. Like, I feel like they should be having Thalia type things, right? Gadok Teague. Non-creature spells. Okay. So that has turned off my Force of Will. If I pay 3 mana here to solve the equation, we cannot shared summons. Okay. I want to get that out just over a potential Thalia. So my thought here is Cunning Wish can get swords to plowshares. Cunning Wish can get swords to plowshares to clear Teague, and then the cantrips can try to find more cantrips, obviously. But the question is, which of these? This looks at 3, this looks at 4, so I think we impulse first. Do you have main deck choke to make me sad? Do you have natural order for Craterhoof? Do you have questing beast? I accept. So the question is, Ancient Tomb effectively hurts me. They have decided to play with Scavenging Ooze. Huh. Well, technically, I guess I have not played a land yet this turn. I'll play that land. Yes. We'll put back that, that. Put that one on the bottom, that one on the top. Cool. Oh, this is Ponder. We are shuffling. Well, I mean, we might as well just get it out there. I don't want anything to go poorly for us. So this Scavenging Ooze could be trouble. Well, no, it only attacks for 2. Apparently today is the, yes, you're allowed to have Omniscience in play, but you can't really just kill people, right? Now, here's the other thing, right? Not thinking about Caracas there. What if I did my cantrips, found Caracas bounces Gaddock Teague, and then I don't have to Cunning Wish for the swords? See, that's on me. That is not thinking that, oh yeah, Caracas is in your deck. You're allowed to try to get that. I'm also glad that I did not play the land first. Green Sun for 3. Do you have another Gaddock Teague? They could have Green Sun for 4, which is kind of interesting. They chose not to. This'll let them get Wasteland to get around Caracas. Never mind. I'll play this one. I will take multiple extra turns. Please annihilate. Alright, is this on the tracker? Maverick is indeed. Oh, that's sad. Maverick, basically a buy. Creature toolbox. Watch out for Sanctum Prelate on 3. Bring in swords, Lotus Petals out. Seems legit. Any other reason to play just something different? I mean, Swords to Plowshares was definitely the thing there. Having access to Crocus would have had we ended up losing. The way I played it poorly was not thinking about looking for Crocus. Now, my thought was, if I can just clear this out of the way, then I can go dig for a way to get Emrakul. But had we done it the other way, it would have been just as good. They could choke. We'll play around choke with Seagate Restoration. You ready for that? Spice. We'll play Disenchant off Ancient Tomb, Snow-Covered Plains, after we spend our last blue Cunning Wishing for it. I like the idea of it being actual Tundra myself. This is kind of interesting. I have quick acceleration to show and tell. I just currently do not have a swords to go with it. We'll get there. Yep. I missed that they mulliganed too. Okay. Now, I mean, I know this is mean. I feel like the fact that was that the best thing they could find. That serves me right, because otherwise I would have Brainstorm available here. The question is, what happened? Show and tell down. I am not going to cash that one in yet, because I do want to be able to have availability. Maybe Once Upon a Time was their only green source. 4 cards in hand. I feel like I got time. Now the question is, maybe I don't have time. Mother of Runes. The reason I'm doing it is I feel like it turns all of the other ones off. Partially what I'm also doing is keeping, instead of burning all the cantrips right away, I'm somewhat trying to keep, and maybe the Flooded Strand. I wanted Flooded Strand and play to be a shuffle, but trying to. I could see that had the Brainstorm found those things, I'm still using Brainstorm kind of defensively here. My thought there was still using it defensively. And maybe that wasn't the right way to approach it, but that's part of learning. Right, buddy? All right. On to the next one. Round 4, fight. We're playing a moose, but we have lost the die roll. Keep. Lotus Petal. City of Traders. Kill me, turn 1. Oh. Okay. So the question is, do I use these? We're going to go to my turn. We could also draw Caracas. All right, so I think step 1 is let's cast Omniscience. Correction. Let's cast Brainstorm. Okay. So we'll put back these two. I'd like to cast this one. So that leaves them with one card in hand. All right. So the fact that they have City of Traders, does that mean that they are showing Sneak and Show as opposed to Omniscience? I'm thinking they are. Sneak and Show is the other show and tell combo. They're blue-red, sneak on 2 angles, but try to use sneak attack against us. The most lists are running 4 days. Post-board, they could have Pyroblasts. Tefera and Lavinia are extremely important to resolve. The problem of casting an unprotected show and tell is that they just put Gristlebrand and we put Omniscience, and they draw 14. So, try to resolve Teferi or Lavinia before you go off. So what they want us to bring in is disenchant the Lavinias, Flusterstorms, and Orm's Chant. Okay, with those in, Lotus Petals and Preordains come out. What would it say if they... What if it was the mirror? It would be the same thing. Hey! Boots and Pants and Boots and Pants. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for the subscription. All right. We are going to side like it is that. And we'll see how it goes. See, I'm not sure. Am I supposed to play? Am I supposed to play like they have the combo all the time? They are keeping 7. If they go for it the first turn, I don't think I can stop them. This show and tell feels bad. I don't have anything I can play here, so this has to be a mulligan. Okay. Hear me out. What if we just let them do it? There's no way that's correct. Because they're not going to just jam show and tell. They'll try to get sneak attack into play, and then this hand does nothing. But just remember that I said that, because that's what's going to happen. One, two, three, four, five, 6, 7. 2 cards back. Cool. We will have to try that out maybe one day. I really think Mode is a powerful card. I'm hedging my bets on them playing it again. Hmm? Hmm. Lotus Petal. I have to say that the fact that I have all sorceries in my hand seems worse. And they definitely have red spells. No way. That is awesome. Please. Force, pitching force. They only have one card left. This is what do you call it? I could have led Ponder. I like that. I like that. All right. So that gets us back to a 2-2 record. Whew. Let's see how this one wraps up. Yeah, Boots and Pants commented on YouTube. By the way, if you're watching this on Twitch, go check out. I put my YouTube content over at jpintermtg. If you're watching this on YouTube, thank you. Hello. If you're not already subscribed to the YouTube channel, please subscribe to the YouTube channel and come on over to the Twitch channel, and you can follow me there. And like Boots and Pants and Boots did, they will, when their name comes up on the wheel, they'll get to give us a suggestion, and then we'll put their things up on the wheel. Specifically, something tells me it might be Moat, but you don't know. It'll be what tickles their fancy when the time comes. All right, round number 5. Here we go. Maybe. Here, do we go? I clicked play. Come on, opponent. Play with me, opponent. Okay, play a match of Magic with me, opponent. There we go. We solved it. We spoke correctly. League matchmaking has failed. Single tier. I was ready. Adam, I'll bring it up when I'm done here. I'll bring up what they said. Unless they just want to answer you, but I can find it pretty easily. All right, try again. Oh, Julian. We were on all the draws here. This was definitely rough. Nice. Good job, Aaron. By the way, I texted JP's wife. She is on the phone with her aunt. That's why she did not reply to you about getting Chinese food and Murder, She Wrote. So apologies for that. Well, I feel like we will find out shortly. While I have you guys here, I want to ask your opinion. Do you think... okay. I think she's still on the phone. Like, I can still hear her, even with my headphones on. I'm just saying. So I feel like this has cantrip. Possible second cantrip. I just don't know if the Force of Will is any good. We are on the draw. Whoa! Hello! Delver? In this economy? First of all, boo. Like, I don't necessarily want to give away what's going on. But I felt like it kind of had to there. The bigger question will be which flavor of Delver. Ugh. Cool. But here's the question. Do I go back in with that ponder right now to make sure I hit a land drop as opposed to waiting? Like, we'll see what happens. I hit the yield button. That's why the little spiral thing down here. If it lets me go back to my second main, I feel like I'm going to ponder again here. But it's going to depend on if it lets me do that or not. I think it's too important to try to find a land before they can set up a flip and start attacking me. That's my thought process here. But right now, Magic Online is spinning, so I don't know. Well, whenever it gets around to it. Okay, what I was going to ask the chat in general. Is it unfair for me to show my opponent? Or should I put like a little black box? Like I could change my layout to like cover their name and cover their whatever. Like, is that worthwhile? This could be a daze. Nope. Okay. So, based on this, what do I want to draw? No, I'm just saying, like, in general, is it unfair to opponents that, I'm setting things up that way? Yeah, like, that's the other thing is, okay, so it's right here by their picture. It'd be up here across the top. It'll be down here where it says this. You guys can't see the far right column anyway, but it also says it right here. I mean, there's just so many places that it says it that it's almost just like, whatever, you kind of get over it. All right, so true. We could just flip. We know the plane is on the top. I think it makes more sense to try to set ourselves up. Forked bolt. Okay. I was saying I think I want to set myself up. Do I think they finally found a daze? Main deck Pyroblast. Cool. These are the main deck Pyroblast people. New one. Okay. So we found the show and tell, and we found the land. So they brainstormed. They're likely to flip. Yeah, they had double. And they flipped off the same forked bowl. Not enough. Pyroblast main. Well, it happens. Unfortunately, it happens, but all right. So, what do we do? Swords, defense grid, flusterstorm, Orm's chant. Defense grid, flusterstorm, swords to plowshares, and Orm's chant. We're basically trying to silence them and go for it. Teferis aren't good enough. Well, we agree. Impulses aren't good enough. Force of wills aren't good enough. And a cunning wish. Basically, we just need to jam and make it stick. Like, we're not going to force a will what they're doing, so. All right. They're keeping 7. Shocked. I'm shocked. Play around days. No, they did flip. They're down to 4 cards. And they shuffled. What? That was terrible. See, the thing is here, I'm going to set up for it. I'm glad they didn't blind flip at least. But okay. So if I just jam here, I'm dead. Potentially, they're just going to flip on their own turn anyway, and I'm dead. If I cast this with... like, I'm dead like 74 different ways. The fact I have no payoff here is the thing that hurts. Yeah, I guess one thing we could say is like, hey, do you have it? And they're going to put another creature in play. Yeah, we did. Yep, just dead to pressure. Are they going to flip anyway just because? Yep, just because. Bum, bum, bum. All right, so 2 and 3 today, but the losses were very stinky. All of the losses were 0-2s. Now, to be fair, the loss yesterday was also, we just lost a Rug Delver, that Pyroblast main got us. Or no, that wasn't even the Pyroblast main. Pyroblast main was the blue-red Delver player, which this might have been blue-red Delver, honestly. Just based on, yes, we saw the wooded foothills, but the fact that they had the whale, and is the whale in Rug Delver? I guess that's the question I have right now is the rug in Rug Delver? I feel like that was more blue-red, but I could just be wrong. I guess we could go look at Julian's stream later and see, does he say he is playing Rug Delver or blue-red Delver? What does Julian say he is playing? He doesn't say. All right, never mind. So whale could be in Rug, huh? I'm willing to say possible Rug just because we never saw a tropical. I mean, obviously you're only going to get that when you need the sideboard card, but I want to comment that it had a whale in it. We definitely saw the whale. Just for purposes of thinking it through. So anyway, across 2 days, we are 6 and 4. We are 60% here, right? So that's not too bad. 60% with this deck. You can't expect to be 80% all the time, obviously. But it did feel like certain matchups, if they were able to put the pressure on us and keep it going, that like it went poorly. So maybe, I don't know. Obviously, I made the deck work with my changes, but at the same time, I do wonder, what else there is. So, all right. I want to say thanks for watching today. Thanks for those who follow. Thanks for those with the sub, Boots and Pants and Boots. When the time comes, I will reach out to you and we'll make sure to get your choice on the wheel. You can see exclamation point Discord there. Discord, go ahead and join it. That's where I put all my stuff together so you can catch it later. Yep. Boot, go ahead and join that. And shout out as well to... That's where, if you're following this later, that's where you can see my content over on YouTube. You can also search for J Pinter MTG. Once I get enough following, they get you actually put your name on there. It's youtube.me instead of gobbledygook.com. But, and one more thing, shout out, thank you, Mana Traders, for sponsoring the stream. I really do appreciate it. All right, everybody. I hope you enjoyed a little bit of Legacy from me today. I am not sure when I'm streaming again this week. If we're streaming again this week. Saturday, like I was saying, I'm going to have to go to actual work. And probably won't play anything in the afternoon. And then Sunday, maybe we'll get in for some Legacy Challenge. So that would be 11 a.m. But otherwise...